think the light hitting me a little too hard, man. Light hitting me a little too hard. How's everybody doing, man? You know you with your boy Powder Beezy. And I'm watching YouTube yesterday. This is the reason that I got on to go live, man. First and foremost, man, you know, I don't hate on any platform. It's better that people make their money at home, you know what I'm saying, than running outside and getting into all type of troubles, making mamas cry, all these youngins, what they doing. I'm not with that, like, you know what I'm saying? So here it is, like, I watched the platform, you know what I'm saying, on a lockout. By the way, Brody, that's a good name for your little podcast. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I see you doing good and everything, but I'm also peeping. You know what I'm saying? The people that you have in your comment section. You feel what I'm saying? And you did a story about Blue Boy yesterday. There's something false about what you said, so I break it down. Not to say that, you feel me, bro? Like you spoke about, you're young. I'm older than you. War. I'm older than you, with all due respect. You understand what I'm saying? We know that prison preserves us. But my thing is this, man. If you go, what you talking about going to prison after 2000 and turning gang, man? Ain't nothing cool about that, man. There ain't nothing cool about it. It ain't like you was sitting there and breaking down what happened in 93. You know what I'm saying? If I give shout outs to anybody, I give shout outs to everybody. King Blood, you know what I'm saying? My bro A1, that's my TF bro, and that's the King. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't hear you talking about, and let me tell you something, man. I do this because I can do this. You understand what I'm saying? It's real simple. Like you home right now. Bro, you young, you in your 20s, man. I could be your pops, like at the end of the day. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't tell me that you was on an island. You can't tell me that you was on a rock in the 80s because I was there. Yeah, I was there even though I was in the sixth building. You feel me? You talking to Powder. Even though I was there, I was in sixth building. I remember they used to take us to work to NIC, and I used to see them walking around taking Larry Davis to the infirmary. You know what I'm saying? Taking Larry Davis to the infirmary. It's like 90s because they used to be whooping, and he had crazy lawsuits on them. So they always had a camera on Larry Davis. I say Larry Davis for a reason because we're going to be talking about Blue Boy, your war. Beloved, let me ask you a question. I could tell, man, I could tell more or less you from Lower East Side. If anybody doesn't know, that's what Blue Boy's from, Lower East Side. You know what I'm saying? Government name, Louis Rosado. You understand what I'm saying? This is not somebody that I heard of while I was up top. This is somebody that I know. This is somebody where I was in Clinton and Maserati Fox, you know what I'm saying? Long live Maserati Fox from Queens, but he gone now. I was with him, you know what I'm saying, and another two big homies. And I'm gonna keep it a band with you, man. I remember Blue Boy came up, you know what I'm saying? He took out two bangers. He gave one to Mozzie. You understand? He gave one to another homie that wouldn't take it. I'm not gonna put his name out there. That wouldn't take it. And Blue Boy said, y'all meet me on the hill. Y'all meet me on the hill. Anybody that been in Clinton before, you know what the hill is. You understand what I'm saying? Now, another thing, like war, like for real, like I was watching your stuff, like, and like, what are you really celebrating? What are you really glorifying, my brother? You see, when the oppression was going on with the kings and the nietas, it wasn't just going on with the black people. It was going on with the white people, Chinese people. It didn't matter who you was. I remember dudes just talking to their people, taking the phone off the hook, putting it in their back pocket, telling police lock me in, and nobody stood up and did nothing until 93, until I gotta give OG Mac his props, man. He came, he saved it, man. He saved it. We know the exact building, we know the exact date, we know the exact time. But what I really also want to say is, man, like if we're going to talk about kings, even Bloods and Crips, like The original official, kings, they come from Chicago. These is real serious people. You understand what I'm saying? And even UBN, when it started in 93, man, you know what I'm saying? Even when UBN started, it started out for a good reason, brotherly love overriding obstruction and destruction in society. Now we talking about 93. So all the dudes that fought their life, that fought their whole life, that did 20, 30 years, that came home, they don't want to go back. You feel what I'm saying? So they teach the youth. So when I look at you, like I see you got a nice platform, I see you doing your thing, but you kind of glorifying that king thing. If you gonna say anything, man, glorify the whole situation, man. Like me personally, let me say this, man. Personally, you know what I'm saying, as far as Damu, man, as soon as, man, SI left that, as soon as SI, man, you know what I'm saying, long live my bro, man. Long live SI, man. As soon as he passed, and he passed it on to Goo, everything started going to Ish, man. I don't want to curse because I don't want to get banned because I've been through this on his channel. But man, listen, man, people started upsetting their old umbrellas. Listen, let's be honest, man. You know what I'm saying? When the Kings came out in New York, they came out for a reason too, to help the people, man. But what happens is when the older first generation, second generation, even third generation dudes are gone, whether they in IPC, when they can't come out, so they just call shots, but you never see them, or they go home and they decide they don't want to do this no more because we living in a complete different generation, man. These kids don't respect colors no more. But one thing you said, man, I could tell you from Lower East Side because you were talking about Blue Boy. We already know, man. I listen, bro. I know the whole family, and I didn't really want to get live yesterday and talk about this because at the end of the day, I said, I'm not going to let this bother me because you didn't really discredit him. But low key, you did. You said that, we all know the Blue Boy, you know what I'm saying, that he killed Larry Davis in Shawanga Yard. If you didn't know that, I'll give you the exact information, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't killed him, he killed him in self-defense. Larry Davis was sticking up for a pedo that raped Blue Boy's friend's niece and pulled up in a spot at Shawanga. He pulled up in New York State in Shawanga Correctional Facility. That's the only Maxi Max in New York State that doesn't have a wall. Guess why? They really don't need one. You know what I'm saying? That's where like the worst of the worst go. You know what I'm saying? That, Comstock, Gladiator School, you know, Clinton is heavy too on that, but Clinton is a place where even if you broke, if you come in there and you ain't got no people in the street, Clinton, you can make bread. Like people, they hustle, man. They work with the police. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you work in a mess hall, if you want to go see somebody, you make sure you bring them a bunch of bananas, a bunch of sugar, police, whatever they drink for their coffee. And then they'll let you pass through and go see who you want to see so you can bust your move on whatever. But, bro, again, let me get back on this specific topic. My brother, war. You know what I'm saying? I dig the name of your platform, man, on the lockout, man. I wish I could see it official. But, bro, let's be real, bro. Like, you in your 20s. You understand what I'm saying? I'm past 50. You in your 20s. I've been through the struggle. I've been all over the state. And you know what? That's like some real bird shit. But, but I did learn. I did learn some things that, you know what I'm saying? There was times when I felt that I was more comfortable in my bed, in my cell, pardon me, you know what I'm saying? We all rock together. You know what I'm saying? 2 + 2 + 1 equals keep that 5 alive, man. That's how we left it when everything was over. But at the end of the day, man, that war was nasty. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep it a band with you. Like, come on, man. As soon as that side left it, man, as soon as all that happened, Magoo started doing all these moves. It's not my place to sit here and tell you like what's Magoo's mental state. because all the real rights know. Now, mind you, when I say real rights, I'm not talking about if you just hold me or if you quit or if you whatever. I mean really real rights that really know what's going on behind the game. That's why I got to give shout out to 050 The Movement, China Brent, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, I always used to look up to Dick Wolf, you know what I'm saying? That's the big homie, man. But he got a chance to come home and what he did. All right, man, but here you go. Cass 2 Time, he holding you down, man. You know what I'm saying? This dude, I was with Casanova in Building 9, man, in 2012. 2012. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in another spot with him, Casanova 2 Time. You remember when that other dude came out in front of Junior? He talk about he the real Casanova. I've been with him too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was homie, but the only thing, he was a smooth dude. He had chicks bringing the bag, he had people doing things for him. But when it really come to being beast mode, man, and 2 times was no joke. So here it is, man. He come home like he got nothing but this ape thing going for him. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, he get into music. He become a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? He looking out for Dwight Reed, aka Dick Wolf. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden he get caught up in a situation. He said it himself, man, how I get caught up in this and I'm looking out for people, I'm doing the right thing, and I'm a multi-millionaire that came from nothing. So I'm supposed to go to prison forever because he got caught up in conspiracy. So he took the 15, you know, and allegedly you already know what happened, you know what I'm saying? He got cut on his face, but you know what I'm saying? What he did to the other dude was even worse, man. This shit is corny. Don't you understand, man? These flags stand for nothing no more. You know, and I really feel bad for Famous Richard, man. Man, if you're gonna be doing some time, it's crazy, man. Like people getting into situations where that they really don't have to. Sometimes, you know, when you jump out the window, you don't know where you're gonna land. And if you my age, man, and you coming home from the pen, or if you know better, and you out there, you know what I'm saying, in our communities, you understand what I'm saying? In our urban communities, telling little kids to do things that you can't do because you know that you got a record. You're a goofy, man. You shouldn't do that, man, because that's the next generation of children, man. That's our next generation. Look at this generation right now. You think it's bad over here? Look what's going on in Chicago, man. I follow Trench's news, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Swiper. He get it all first, man. It's crazy what's going on. So sometimes people need to be grateful. So like nobody over here could tell any gang member, and I'm gonna get back on Blue Boy, and you and what you said, boy. You can't tell me one leader of a gang that's still alive and still doing this thing. I don't care if it's from LA, I don't care if it's from Chicago, I don't care if it's from New York. My thing is people are people, man. You understand? We don't need to gang up no more. These colors don't mean nothing. The drop your flag challenge, man. That is top tier. You understand what I'm saying? And I could say that, man. You feel me? I mean, really, let's get back to this. Okay, Blue Boy, his real name is Louis Rosado. I'm gonna break this down to you real quick so you can know exactly what's what. I think around 1981, at that time I used to work at the World Club on the Lower East Side, selling whatever, doing what I'm doing. I'm young, I'm 17, clubbing, like, you know what I'm saying? This dude, Blue Boy, he was at a house party in the project. Somebody stepped on his sneakers. He left. He came back with his sword off. You understand what I'm saying? And he unalived somebody for stepping on his sneaker. You know what I'm saying? He caught a big for that, man, with life on the back. You understand? He got an 83 number. He touched upstate 83. And like he's been all over, man. Most of his time been in the box because of what he's known to do. Like, you know, and I can't I can't even blame like the same thing that the Kings were doing. As soon as the day ones came home and they started pushing peace and trying to explain to people, you know, how the unity works, how we get together, Bloods, Crips, whatever you are, man, you understand? That's the only way you could win against these people is by doing the right thing. Because anytime they see you doing something wrong, they will come with complaints, arrest warrants, and things of that nature. Now, War, what you said was that Blue Boy went back to the pen because he was working a drug spot. That is false, my brother. And then you said if he would have called you, if you would have known, man, you wouldn't have let him do that. What make you think bro would listen to you? You don't think that he got family. You don't think that he got people out there that like, yo, you did 39, be easy. No, he was working at a weed dispensary. And that is only a violation. It's what he had on him. It's what somebody seen. And it's a phone call that somebody dropped. So when they came, okay, it's a violation for working in a dispensary for him. But it's a whole nother ball game when you got a Glock on you, man. You know what I'm saying? I know the family. That was real goofy, a Blue Boy. He should have never did that. You want to work at a weed dispensary, maybe his PO even gave him permission to work at a weed dispensary. I don't know. But that don't mean that you can carry, man. That things ain't the same. You've been gone 39 years. You're used to the thing where every man got to have a code, right? Dudes don't tell, especially if they coming and buying bud off you. But nah, that's not how dudes is living now, man. Dudes is living for controversy. Dudes is living for a viral moment and for streams. So that's why Blue Boy got back locked up. You know, and what's even sadder that as soon as he got locked up, he went right back to the box. He had a bunkie, you know what I'm saying? And now they got these iPads that they give you, you know what I'm saying, when you come upstate. Like they give you your greens, they give you iPads. So people manipulate the iPads and they're able to go live on Instagram and whatnot. So when I seen Blue Boy come back to jail and go up straight to the box, he had like a young bunkie. Blue Boy like over 60 right now. And let me tell you something, again, don't judge a man by his age. That man is, I'm telling you, I seen. But every man is a man. It doesn't mean that you don't understand what I'm saying. But I think it was crazy that, you know, he went out like that. You working, but that's what you forgot to mention. If you didn't know it, you wasn't supposed to say, yo, he got caught working in a drug spot. Where do they got drug spots right now? They don't have drug spots. They got motherfuckers with cellulars. You know, you call them and they pull up or whatever the case is. Ain't no spot. You can't make a line no more. This ain't the 80s or the early 90s. Dudes ain't trying to go to the click, man, for real. Just like you ain't trying to go to the click. Salute your platform. Get your information right, man. So the whole thing is blue, man. At the end of the day, look, man, Shawanga Yard. Was the craziest part. We already know why he went to prison. I told y'all. You know what I'm saying, in the beginning, 81, something like that, 82, because 83, he was up top already. He got 83 number. Blue Boy. His real name is Louis Rosado. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lil Blue, man. That's my son. You know what I'm saying? The whole family's like real. But like I said to you, man, you know, we know what he went to prison for. And 2008, he was in Shawanga. That's the Maxi Max. That's the only Maxi Max in New York without a wall. Shawanga Yard. And Larry Davis was there. Larry Davis, he was like the inmate imam. You also have a civilian imam, you understand? And Larry Davis is very, very cocky. So a dude pulled, you know, they have very, very high profile criminals in Shawanga. So this dude pulled up, and it so happens to be Blue Boy's friend's niece. This dude raped. He immediately went and took his shahada and came outside with Larry Davis as far as for protection. We already know, man, like on the island, nobody care about none of that. But up north, if you take your shahada, man, somebody gonna come out speak for you, especially if you're doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, I personally think it's crazy that, if a person is a homosexual, he can't be Muslim, but yet you could be Z Black, man. Look at Z Black, Donald Faison, man. He done raped Bloods, he done raped Crips, he done raped God bodies, he done raped Muslims, and then he took a Shahada and all is forgiven. Are you serious? And all is forgiven, and now he's Muslim, and that's just how it is. He just stopped doing that and took a Shahada. So this is what people do. So this is what this guy did and came out with Larry Davis, figuring Larry Davis gonna hold it down, tell Blue Boy, chill, he with us, leave it alone. At that time, Larry Davis, he was walking with a cane, man. As you know, man, Larry Davis had a big thing in the Bronx with the police and the keys and the moving. I told you I was with him on the island in 1990. They were following him with a camera every time the infirmary because he had lawsuits. So all that went upstate with him, you know what I'm saying? He finally had a cane. So he swings the cane at Blue Boy. Blue Boy ducks and hits him with a knife, man, right in the artery vein. Larry Davis bleeds out. Now check this. This is the crazy thing. Blue Boy got so much time. They ain't giving him more time. They just gave him 10 years in the box. You hear me? They gave him 10 years in the box. He came out of the box 2018, and guess what? He made the board. He came home. Y'all already know, man. People love him. He's a face. He's a face of his people and of Lower East Side. So at the end of the day, you understand where the man go? A man go where he know what's what. He went back home. Him deciding to work at that weed dispensary, we don't know if he had permission or not, but him carrying at the weed dispensary and somebody observing it and making a phone call, that's what gave him another blicky charge. And from that, yeah, I see. And his mind is still like, he manipulate the iPad that they gave him in the box. He got a young bunkie with him that's like at 25. Blue Boy get on, showing his face, kid behind him screaming, knife game, knife game. Like, you screaming knife game for, bro? It ain't even you, it's Blue Boy. You know what I'm saying? But I think that was a very bad mistake, man. People need to come home and we need to understand how to link together, man. Because without unity, we won't have nothing. What you think, man? Because the Spanish people was oppressing people in the 80s. As soon as the blood thing came out, it's brotherly love overriding obstruction and destruction. But as soon as all the big homies, day ones, 93, as soon as everybody disappears and they living their own life and they trying to teach us, these young kids, they doing all kind of subsets under sub umbrellas. You don't even know who's who no more. You got dudes bringing people home in the street. Who let you do that? You got dudes that it ain't just not the same no more, man. The back door is wide open. The back door is wide open. So if you ever did any time, man, and you want to know, like, listen, man, learn how to be your best friend. You had a lot of practice in that bell. Am I right or am I wrong, man? Shout out to the whole Rosado family. Blue, I love you, man. Shout out to Mommy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pops. You already know, man. I'm not going to discuss that situation. But again, your war, just to come back to Blue Boy, Louis Rosado, was not caught working a drug spot. He was working on parole in the weed dispensary. It's that Glock 19 in the waistband that somebody saw that he went back up for. And to tell you the truth, people like Blue Boy, I even see it in Dick Wolf now. They more comfortable up there, and it's sad. You got people like the old man, Larry O. I ain't talking about Larry O. Larry O out of control too, but we talking about the old man. old man in IPC, but yet he still calls shots. When I say IPC, I don't mean protective custody. I mean involuntary, meaning he's in there for other people's protection and for his protection, yet he still pushes the buttons and calls the shots. And people go and they get in situations that they shouldn't be in. They get in situations that they shouldn't be in, and they wonder why I got 3 years, but I'm doing 15. You understand? When you pull up, the first thing you, God forbid, you pull up like I'm from New York, from Brooklyn. God forbid, I've been home since 2015. God forbid, man, you get your bed and you pull up, man. And as soon as you get there, you see all these kids jumping on the phone, arguing over the phone because they want their people to send a package. You know that if we're in a medium, they're going to give you a top bunk, go on that top bunk and observe everything that's going on. You're going to have your time to shine, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't trick yourself into more time, and don't let nobody tell you, yo, we got you. You with us. You understand, man? You don't let these people choose you, man. Choose your friends and choose them wisely. Act like you know, man. Be men. A real gangster leave a legacy for his family. Nobody cares what's going on over there. Everybody up top is a goofy, man. You understand what I'm saying? Unless they still trying to come out and do the right thing. And I salute the real rights that came home and did what they were supposed to do, man. I'm gonna slide, man. Enough. Everybody. Blessings. I pray for everybody's safety. And you already know, man. Colors mean nothing, man. It's all about being a man. It's all about having honor, understanding, and loyalty. Once you know, if you don't throw that, that's your badge of honor. If you don't throw that out, man, you're gonna be mad. Stay out of people's business. Don't gossip about people. Get home to your family. Whether you outside out here at night or whether you up top trying to make it home. Keep it cool. Don't sweat nothing. God is with you. You already blessed.